welcome to Cow Daily, episode 101. I had a bad one last night, like illness, sporadic. I think I'm starting to feel better now, though, hence why the show's happening. But wow, that was a bad one. A bad one. No details, but god damn. So today, in news which will surprise nobody, Glastonbury. Honestly, man. I mean, we were on about it a while ago, so I'd like to take the piss because it's a thing that we can take the piss out of. See, people are arriving in the comments, well, arriving at the stream anyway. There's a lag. So if you let me know in the comments that you're about, that would be top. So I will just tell you a little bit about Glastonbury. But before we do that, actually, no, I'll wait for other people to join on because there's an announcement to make. Bear with us. I tell you what, we'll go for some sit or gang action. So I can have a drink of this tea because this throat is still raw as the night. Raw. Have that. I'll Ravi, all right, son. Ravi's back. He keeps his gentleman calm. Or at least takes the rope edges up. Maybe he should place the day aside. Starting up full scorched earth. Getting close, like. I'm not happy about things at the moment, as you can probably tell. Man, that's enough. What's the stomach issues? The boy, the lad, the kitty, yada. Who's in the comments? Robbie needs to be quiet now. Oh man, Slaz, thank you, sir. Love him. This should.
Apologies to everybody. Is this working now, Slaz? I think it should be. See, this is how unwell I am. I forgot to turn the mic on. Never mind. We're back, though. Thanks for that, mate. Appreciate it. Zoe's saying, Mike, check 1, 2. Lizanne is in. I thought I'd missed you. Yay. Nah, I've just been unwell, mate, so it's just a bit of a sporadic one at the minute. Joanne, Mike Probs. She got in before Slaz. Slaz, you got beaten on the mic probs. But you can be on the screen anyway. Kelly Turnbull, a new name for the show. Nice to see you, pal. Morning. Nice to see you. Carlos. What's Carlos saying? Not cancelled here. Not yet. So just a lot of comments about someone message him. Yvonne's in. Hiya. Oh, Charla's in. Hope you're feeling well, my friend. Is it working now, please? Is it working? Yes, it's back. Nice one. Paul Elliott, nice to see you, pal. I'm on from absolutely pissing doing Whitley Bay. Well, I'm not in Whitley. What else we got? Who else is out? Never mind. Right. Quick drink of tea and we'll start excoriating these middle class. Oh, it's 3 minutes. Probably should wait till the 5, really. Yes, Glastonbury. That's a wonderful thing. But before we do, you know what else is wonderful? Bing! Congrats, you are a YouTube partner. Now you can earn money, get creator support, and more. Seriously, thank you, everybody. And isn't it mad, right? How this happened, like, within 24 hours of episode 100 going out. Happened on Saturday morning, so I woke up to it on Saturday morning, absolutely buzzing. Honestly, thanks so much for just everything. And you know you are, like, you not only just dragging us through from naught to monetization through illness, but also just everything over the last few weeks. Been massive. Really has, because it's been like so hard with getting ill and come back and all of that. And it's happened now. So level 2 plan can be pulled off the shelf and I can start justifying a little bit more investment in some equipment and things. As long as things go the way we hope it will. Also editing and that kind of thing and really pushing the channel. Because until it's got like a funding stream coming in, you can't really justify doing that. You've got to just like plow the lone furrow and just crack through it. Also big up Dallas Wolf, who on a personal level during that early time, I think there's actually footage of me like when we did a rehearsal. I might play it one day, but it's a bit upsetting for us, where I just had to stop because the brain fog was just like I just couldn't string a sentence together. It was like scary and weird. And without Alice and also my partner during that time, I don't know. I just because I've used the level 1 at Cowdeer, you know, to retrain my brain in some respects, and it's worked. And I'm trying to like figure out like what the vibe with that is, but just in the meantime, just know I'm intensely grateful. So thank you. Let's see what is I saying. There's a comment happening. Bob saying, awesome news. Cheers, mate. DeAndrew's in. Nice to see you, pal. Well done. Thank you. Top job, says Slaz. Way hey, says Jez. Yay, says Joanne. Joanne's saying it was good to rewatch the historic streams. Aye, it was you know, it was mad. Like when my partner went out and we went to get Scrappy's ashes and we'll come in and he was on the screen as we walked in and he wasn't on very many of them, so it was kind of like a little meaningful thing for us. So it was nice like that, man. Joanne saying we'll have miss Alice. Me too. But we were texting each other last night, so I don't kind of miss her in the same way because like we're still very much in touch. Certainly like on this Glastonbury thing. Yeah, Lizanne saying to YouTube tomorrow the world, I'd settle for 100,000 subs because it would mean we could, as I said the other day, start with a multi-cow fund for therapy for people again, which we used to fund through events. So I'd be really, really happy with that. So what this means is obviously we've got the page ads going and all of that. So if you want to still watch videos, it actually leads to actual cash this time. Also, there's this thing called super chats where apparently I guess it's like the PayPal donation, but you get to like pop up on the screen as well. Don't quite understand it, but if you want to make one-off contribution to a work, you can now do super chats on YouTube, and that's never happened before. So that's belter. I don't understand any of it. There's like a membership thing, which is like Patreon. I haven't turned it on because I need to just take stock and just get an idea of like what all this means and where we're going to go with it. So yeah, that. But I watch the thing. Kelly Turnbull, amazing. Cheers, pal. Lisanne saying, is it not better to skip the ads? Apparently, we get paid more for the watched right through. That's apparently the crack. Jez saying, I think YouTube takes a chunky cut of super chat. I honestly don't know. I mean, I've just been busy with other things like I was yesterday. So I do not know, but that's what we've got now. That's happening on the channel. So it's exciting. It's good. It's been a hell of a lot of bloody work. And I think it's less than 1%, way less than 1% of YouTube channels are actually monetized. So happy with that. It's a good thing. Anyway, what's happened? Slaz. No way. So thanks for the pledge of £3, Slaz. Ari, right back at you. So that's what happens. No way, man. That's cool. Cheers, dude. Thank you so much. It all adds up, man. Definitely. Food in belly. I know I said food in radiators, heat in bellies. That'd be an interesting turnaround for events, isn't it? Yvonne saying, well done. Joanne saying, ooh, Dave. Ooh, Dave. You don't speak like that, but I don't. No way. Cheers, dude. Jez Hunt. Let's see what they take. Here you go, fella. That's a tenner. What a wonderful man. Thanks, mate. That's really appreciated. Wow, that's cool, man. Also, I want to just give it a little put. Trumped by Jez. He is. He's got that Donald Trump dollar from all that film work. And thanks, man. That's so cool. Just want to give a little plug before we move on. Jules, who was on the show recently, Dr. Julia Grace-Patterson from Every Doctor. Book is now out, Critical Why the NHS is Being Betrayed and How We Can Fight for It. Dr. Julia Grace-Patterson, you can see that on the screen. We've got Every Doctor. I think I've still got it in the banners, actually, and I'll get it right for her. Yeah, everydoctor.org.uk. Julie's a wonderful woman, and she gets a hell of a lot of trolling of people who are desperate for the NHS to be privatized, as we'll find out now that we move into Glastonbury. So anyway, last night, Double Down News, breaking, Glastonbury cancels film about Jeremy Corbyn after accusations of, in inverted commas, anti-Semitism. Film directed by Alexei Sale, comedian of Jewish descent, and features Jewish activist Moshe Machova. 6 years ago, Corbyn spoke to thousands after invite from Michael Eavis. Cancel culture, ? And there's a picture of Corbyn speaking just before Run the Jewels, I believe, which I just watched and thought, this is brilliant. The world's changed. But 2 seconds. tea needed to happen there. So moving forward and through that, I think this has come from Paul Mason, and it's been alleged by the Liverpool Riverside Left that he is linked to the British Intelligence Service. Now, I don't know whether he is or he isn't, but feel free to explore that one for yourself. So this too, the above was cut off from a video I will show you, which is Glastonbury and this whole Michael Sheen thing. 2 seconds. I'll just pull it up for you and send it out, because this is absolutely mad. This, like, they're doing this whole, like, you know, when organizations do this whole like monologue thing where it's like, we stand for the NHS and all of this. Well, guess, oh God, man. Right, 2 seconds, there's a technical there. I'll just explain it. So anyway, there's a video Glastonbury's put out on their Twitter account, and it's just all like, oh, the NHS, and this NHS thing you see in front of the pyramid stage, they've got this massive "we stand with the NHS" thing, but they've also got your boy Streeting on. But 6 years ago, Glastonbury 2017 from theguardian.com. It's bloody brilliant. Michael Everson bringing Jeremy Corbyn to Glastonbury by Ben Beaumont Thomas. The Methodist farmer who founded the festival and his daughter reveal why they welcome the Labour leader and Johnny Depp to this year's event. So my question is here, right? What changed in those 6 years? What changed? Tell us in the comments what you think's changed, because it's went from him speaking on the main stage to some film about what happened to him being completely and utterly smeared by vested interests and not being shown. Now, before I get it, I was getting the Norman from the film on, and we're going to do that. So, Norman, if you happen to be listening, I will be in touch. We've got a few people to get in touch with. Not the greatest, is it? There's something friggin' rotten in Denmark here, by the way. So anyway, who is on the bill? Glastonbury Festival 2023 lineup. Ed Miliband named on the bill for the left field stage. He's not left wing. The former Labour leader has been named on the lineup for the summer, so they have certain Labour leaders still on in 2023. Politician Ed Miliband has been named on the Glastonbury Festival 2023 lineup. The former leader of the Labour Party is a big Glastonbury fan and is a regular at Worthy Farm. That is one reason never to go there at all. Like, if you're hanging out with Ed Miliband, it's desperately, desperately uncool. So he's appeared on the left field stage this summer. By the way, that's curated by Billy Bragg, who was just the most desperately uncool, dafty actor you've ever seen in your life. Like, how people take that mug seriously, I have no idea. So anyway, the left field stage, which should be just called the centre right stage now, is located in the heart of the festival and brings together pop music and politics, hosting talks and debates across the weekend. Ed Miliband is scheduled to take part in a talk titled 1 Minute to Midnight, Can Politics Deliver on the Climate Action? Listen to this. No, seriously, listen to what I'm about to show you. This is just wild. Right, this is Saul Staniforth, who on Twitter, who just does amazing stuff, right? And I mention this stuff a lot. So it's saying here, Keir Starmer yesterday, it's very important for investors in oil and gas who are going to invest in the UK to know that there's continuity, there's a change of government. Check this.
This map shows anywhere that is in a red colour, that's where temperatures are way above average. And the sea temperatures around the UK, we've just had for May the highest we have ever recorded. We look at how many degrees above average it is, and it's 4 to 6 degrees above where it should be for the time of year. So the highest temperatures around the UK for our seas since we have ever recorded. Records go back to 1850.
It's very important for investors who are going to invest in the UK to know that there's continuity if there's a change of government.
This map.
So what that's relating to is the oil and gas fields off Shetland, Rosemount or some Rose something, which Labour pledged to not run, but has then went back on the pledge, and something that will surprise nobody. So Glastonbury is basically some kind of like washing exercise these days. Always had an element of it, but it's absolutely stark as hell now, as you can see. Ed Miliband is scheduled to take part in a talk titled 1 Minute to Midnight, Can Politics Deliver on Climate Change? Your own fucking party can't even fucking like keep a pledge. So why anybody would want to vote for these mugs at all? And that's on climate. What's the crack with the NHS? Because they've got this big thing just outside the pyramid stage. Where you stand with the NHS, which has the same energy as banging pots and fucking pans for the NHS on the doorstep and being nowhere to be fucking seen now at the business end for nurses and doctors and NHS staff in general. Get fucked, the lot of years. Here's Glastonbury left field, get in the fucking bin. This is what they've got the temerity to say. As the shape of the post-pandemic world begins to form, it's clear that people are more willing to stand and be counted. With who? Wes Streeton on your bill, you fucking cunts. Workers are striking, agitators are mobilising, the fight for truth and justice becoming ever more urgent. Can you believe these mugs? Seriously though, can you believe them? Ed Miliband on their stage. Wes Streeting on their stage. Look at this, man. Saturday the 24th, debate. 1 minute to midnight. Can politics deliver on climate action? Like Ed Miliband MP and John Harris from The Guardian, who did virtually everything he possibly could to keep out a Corbyn-led government, which would have had a plan for this. Fully costed as well, by the way. Absolutely mad. So also debate, can we save the NHS? Migrants organised by owner, Dr. Sonia Desara, Wes Streeting MP is on a bill on how we can save the NHS. Now, if you just tune in today, you might think, why is this bald middle-aged get ranting? Cool t-shirt though. RNS records are really nice. Balances out a bit. I'm not Ian Dunt though, am I? Why is Wes Streeton a problem? There's so much content that we've made that we can't be going into the weeds and going backwards. But fortunately on this now monetized YouTube channel, you can go back and there's a should I vote for Labour thread, what is it, playlist, you can tell I'm still ill, playlist, and in that playlist is everything you could possibly need. Also recently with Dr. Julia Grace Patterson, writer of Critical, which is out now, why the NHS is being betrayed and how we can fight for it, recently sat down with her. Also a chat with Dr. Deepti Gurdasani before that, one of the world's foremost epidemiologists, you can find on the channel. So there's loads there for you already. Imagine this though. Billy Bragg's like, we're all radical guys. We're radical. Here's a radical wound up with me, Billy Bragg. Fuck off, man. Honestly, like, he's going to be telling you to vote for Labour, who are going to privatise the NHS. And this token shit painting on the grass at the front of the pyramid stage is wild. Wild. If you want to know the truth, go to everydoctor.org.uk. That'll help you. This is what the late, great Dawn Foster said about Wes Streeton. I knew Wes when I was a student, and he was the NUS president. That's the National Union of Students. Always been a right-wing lick-spittle cunt. Yes. R.I.P. Dawn Foster. Rest in power. So this from Tribune magazine, like left-wing magazine. What it's saying is, we may wonder why Streeting has chosen to set his face against health unions whose calls for fair pay and a properly funded NHS are in the interests of patients as well as staff. Partly this is a reflection of the Labour Party's growing reliance on corporate vested interests. It goes on. In full Tony Blair cosplay mode, Streeting lectured hard-pressed frontline staff about the supposed something-for-nothing culture in the NHS. Can you believe this arsehole? All these staff during the pandemic, which is still ongoing, still working, still not getting a break, post-traumatic stress disorder, and they've put nothing in play in terms of mental health support for them. And you've got this lick-spittle cunt saying this. Shouts to Dawn Foster, I like it. Something for nothing culture in the NHS, which relies on staff routinely going above on the. I said the health service must reform or die. Wes Streeton has made a point of picking fights with the health unions. In an interview with the Telegraph, gleefully headlined "Labour vows war on hostile health unions." Streeton rejected nurses' pay demands and opposed the strike by the Royal College of Nursing. This is what you're dealing with. Billy Bragg is booking him to be on the left field stage to talk about saving the NHS. And you know he's going to be sitting there like a basic bitch drinking a glass of hooch out of a glass and just going, oh, well, you know, it's from the private sector. Anybody who watches this show regularly will know, who watched the one with Jules recently, will know there's not the staff to pull into the private sector because they just don't exist. You've got a combination of Brexit with people being basically feeling like it was a hostile environment. They've just left workers, and you've also got like what already happens, which is the pull in the private sector, by the way, the pull in doctors from and surgeons and whatever from the NHS anyway. So it's just this like merry-go-round. Jules was saying there's only about 1,000 like proper private doctors in the UK, and there's like 100 and odd thousand in the NHS. So that's the reality that this little cunt has got. I'm telling you now, you vote Labour, you're co-signing all of this shit. Glastonbury's just window dressing, man. Like, what happened since 2017 when Corbyn was welcomed with open arms on the main stage? What's happened? I'm asking you, though, have a think about it. Look into what has actually happened for them just not even show a film in a small tent. Not the main stage, the guy himself. What's happened? Is Corbyn not welcome now himself? That's a bit weird, isn't it? Strange times. Very strange times. See what you're saying in the comments. Right. Carlos is saying, is this Glastonbury an unofficial Labour Party recruiting event aimed at harvesting what they believe will be progressive voters? To be fair, I mean, they won't have to be doing too much of a job given the clientele who go to the fucker these days. Glasgow Thread, nice to see you, pal. It's just blue no matter over the UK. They'll put everything behind Starmer like they did Biden, and as a result, affect all change those need. Absolutely spot on. That's what it is. Two parties, same thing. I'm just going back to see if I've missed any of them super chats because, like, is I literally paying for it. Thanks so much for them. Charles saying, well done, Mara. Cheers, brother. Thank you very much. Joanne saying, how the heck do you do that? No idea. I've never done it, but thank you for the people who've done it. Slides is saying the $sign below the chat box. Sweet. Helpful. Right. What else we got? Jacqueline Hemmons. Hi, everyone. Mum phoned me up. Almost missed this. Pleased you're here, dude. Thank you. Nice to see you. So what else? Charles saying, is there any more establishment in Glastonbury? I'd honestly rather go to prison for the weekend than return to that hell. True, man. And this is the thing. It's a place for Tories to sniff beak and like have their heart explode on the bog. Like that happened. Some script writer for the Tories, that happened on some bog a few years ago. Absolutely ridiculous, man. It's like riddled with wrong-uns. I'm telling you now, and I'll be honest with you, I've been speaking to people, proper people, and working on this on the sly, on the quiet, call it what you will. It'll happen when it happens, but we're talking about doing a festival, starting small, proper counterculture festival. Like, obviously all legal and that, because, you know, we want to use it to generate money for certain things, wages and jobs, but like a good cause as well. But I don't want to like talk about it publicly yet because, you know, ideas can die on the vine, can't they, if they get out too quickly. Really crap. Like Slaz is saying, is it Sullenvo? No, that's the oil terminal just next to Lerwick, or the Datoon in Shetland. It's Rosebank, and it's just off Shetland. It's like a new oil and gas field. They would bring all of that to Sullenvo, and that would be like where it would be processed and put on a tank, isn't that, I believe? There you go. Yvonne's saying Rosebank oil thing, that's the one. Paul's saying, what has happened? A very surgical and orchestrated campaign by the mainstream media and folk in high places with billions to lose to make you think a kind man with an allotment and quantifiable ideas and want the UK to be better for everyone is actually an anti-Semite, therefore wrong, which distracted from the absolute pack of bastards they all are. It's hard to argue with that, given evidence. Right. What else we got? Jez. I feel less bad about sneaking the Glastonbury, getting dodgy ticket. Never feel bad about that, man. Grappling hooks all day in it. Get out. So what else do we have? Jacqueline is saying, I've been watching Revolution Blackout channel led by Black Radicals, and they're really organised well. They've got chapters in Orlando, Boston, Compton. We could take leaf out their boo. Send us the link, mate. I wouldn't mind having a look at that. Right, what else we got? Glasgow is saying, I was always morally opposed to ever working in the private sector, but if I return to nursing, it probably will be. Got to think about putting food on the table with my health I can't afford. Understand that, mate, I do. We've all got to make our decisions in that. John O's in for the house from Hull. Ahoy, ahoy. Nice to see you, man. Glasgow saying, crippled myself working in staff wards, trying to take care of folk myself that normally need 2 to 3 people. It's ridiculous. I was reading about the staff ratios yesterday. Like, the people working in the NHS are gods, man. Serious gods. By the way, I should say, like, I've left for poetic effect on there. We're packing as well. I always seem to get ill just before we like get off. We're doing what we usually do. I've got a few stories to go and cover for other things. So we're going on my travels again, which I'm looking forward to be honest. I need to like change a scene and all of that. So it might be a bit slightly sporadic this week, but from next week we'll be settled up again. So will be some more shows this week though. Always has to happen when you get to the monetized bit, isn't it? Mad times. So Jacqueline's saying, getting on it now. Nice one. Sends the link. Bob, I can't open that link up. So could you give Will a little précis just before we go? Hopefully we'll be able to get it in. But Bob's put a link from the BBC. Have we seen this? No. And on this too. Oh, that's cool. All right. I see what happens here. I'm just speaking out loud. On StreamYard now, it's got like starred posts. So people who do the super chats, like Slaz and Jez, it's got like a whole new column now that we're monetized on StreamYard. How interesting and cool, eh? That sounds, sorry, I was just thinking out loud. I have never seen this. It's the first time I've seen it live. So anyway, wanted to get a good one in today for you. Apologies we missed yesterday. I really did need to get some stuff done. And I got that done. And I'm happy ahead of like our travels and that. So yeah, probably another show this week. Traveling Friday. As you can see, I'm already packed, ready to go. Haven't packed the equipment yet though, but what do you know? That's what we'll do. With a bit of other work to do, and then we're dancing. Thanks, as I say, so much, everybody, for doing all of the fucking support work to get we monetized, and that happened Saturday morning. If you're just joining now, cheers. Absolutely love yous. Like you didn't even know. Oh no way. Robert Grady saying Andrew Tate has been arrested for rape, etc. Good. This is one of the things. I mean, I'm pleased you pulled that up. Actually, we've shied away from doing the old like what are the trends and things like that. But we're going to start doing stuff and start entering that culture war a little bit, because I think people are frightened too, and I don't think we should be, because these are some of the ways that you pull apart this kind of like smearing of the left, because it goes right to him. These are all bought and paid for people, and it's about time we got on the attack. With your support, I'll have the energy to do it. So that's the one. Glasgow's saying, don't worry, plenty of Tate memes coming. It's really nice when the meme dealers are on it. I appreciate that. Also, if you want to support the work, you can do it via P to the A to the T to the R, E to the O to the N. That's patreon.com/Cow Daily. Also, if you want to make a one-off contribution to work, you can do that via PayPal. You can do that via Super Chats on YouTube. Mad. First time I've ever said that. Right, I'm going to go off and rest this throat. It's been nice to see you all, though. I've missed you, like proper. And as I say, a little bit of sporadic travel stuff this week. Back into it next week. And I might even tell you where I am. It's honestly mint. I hope I can get the camera on like some of the features of this house that we're staying in. It'll be sweet. Mad place. Like, I'll get like a video made or something and give you a tour of it or something if you want. Anyway, have a belter. It's one more comment. Don't want to miss anything. He's saying StreamYard's having a shit. Take care all. I see you later, pals. All the best. The last word, Emily Focus, Gateshead's finest. I'm with the kind man with the allotment. Let's change the anti-Semite slur to what we are, anti-apartheid. True story, mate. Didn't back down, man. Like, we cannot like just let this slide at all. And there is people standing up against this. Shout to Ben Sellers, who's doing sterling work and pushing back. Love to see it, man. We can't at all. Last word to Kelly. Thanks for the bite sanity and a book recommendation. Hope you feel better. I'll be fine, mate. It's freedom or death, innit? We're just gonna keep pushing on, and we're gonna do everything that we possibly can to bring about joy and life and truth to the world and make our small contribution, however that is. If you share this, also let people know that we're about. Be much appreciated, because that's how we'll build this movement once again, from licking our bloody wounds into action. And honestly, I'm starting to see people find that fight again, and it's beautiful. See you later.